Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and to my quarter-life crisis that I am still having at the age of 26. And I'm just going to be sharing some thoughts in this video about the different areas of my life, about what's going on in this channel. I'm going to talk about a few different things, mainly my job, which I've been doing for like a year now, and then the kind of side hustle stuff that I've got going on, including this YouTube channel, and talk about what I've been doing there and how I'm thinking about it. And just want to check in with the gang, with you guys, with the audience, and vibe it out for a little bit, because I feel like I haven't really made one of these videos in a while. And I like doing that. I like making these kind of authentic videos where I just talk, and I've got the mic in front of me for the vibes. And then I'm going to share some epiphanies that I've had recently. So I'm going to talk about my job, side hustles, epiphanies, and then kind of what next for me in my quarter-life crisis. And yeah, that's the plan for the video. So my job, if you don't know, is working for this YouTuber called Ali Abdal, who is a relatively big YouTuber in the personal development, productivity niche, and I am his YouTube producer. A year ago, I would have had no idea what a YouTube producer does, so I'm going to explain it to you. Basically, a YouTube producer is someone who helps the YouTuber manage the channel, look after all of the kind of things that the YouTuber doesn't want to have to look after, so that they can just be creative and think of videos and stuff like that. So I help Ali with video ideas and strategy and kind of looking at all the analytics and stuff, and then come up with video titles and work with freelancers to design thumbnails, and also design a lot of the thumbnails myself. I've actually designed all the thumbnails in the past like 6 months on his channel, so if you want to look at those and see my terrible work, you can do that. And I also write some of the content myself, so I help Ali like come up with actual things to say in the videos and just like brainstorm stuff with him and write stuff. And then I also work with freelance writers, so I do all of that kind of stuff, so Ali doesn't have to get too involved because he's got a lot of stuff going on. And then I also work with editors in the team to make sure stuff gets edited and goes out on the channel on time, and I kind of manage the content calendar and talk to all the relevant people to make sure that our YouTube channel, Ali's YouTube channel, stays at the forefront of the YouTube game, and that we continue to grow and all of that stuff. So that's what a YouTube producer does in this case. It kind of varies from YouTuber to YouTuber. Like some YouTube producers are way more focused on like logistics and stuff, especially with like entertainment YouTubers who kind of move around a lot more and do like challenge stuff around different places and need like different people to be in different places at different times, and they have to kind of organize all of that. Whereas I don't do any of that because Ali just films the videos at his desk. So I've been in this role in the team for about 7 months. I was doing something slightly different in the team, but then we kind of shifted things around, and I kind of started off like helping Ali a bit with the channel, and it's kind of evolved into this full YouTube producer role where like I have a lot of ownership over stuff and help Ali quite a lot with the channel, which is really fun, and I absolutely love it. What's funny about my job is that I never would have imagined from 2 years ago when I was doing management consulting and starting my channel that I would end up doing what I'm doing now, where I'm literally helping a YouTuber do all of the things that I was trying to do. It's a lot more fun to be part of a channel that is growing really, really fast, rather than like something like this one, my channel, which is growing a little bit slower. However, I still like making videos here and trying to do it myself and just create and share. It's an interesting dynamic because I now know a lot about YouTube and about how YouTube works and about how to grow on YouTube, and I help people with their YouTube channels. I'll get into that into a bit, but it's still very difficult to grow a YouTube channel, and it's hard to know what exactly when you make videos about. It's hard to know what videos you want to make sustainably, and being a YouTuber is just a very difficult thing to do. And I think it's no surprise that lots of YouTubers get burnout and struggle to know how to continue their journeys, because it is just a difficult task, because it is a very expressive task. It's a very creative thing, and there is no formula for success. So you have to kind of constantly innovate, and every situation is different, every channel is different. So there's a lot of different things to think about. I am not trying to get myself into a situation where I'm on some kind of hamster wheel, posting videos that I don't want to be posting or talking about things I don't want to be talking about, because having a channel where you're in that scenario is the least fun thing in the world. So I'm just continuing to share and document and trying to do it in a way that kind of maybe works in YouTube's favor and stuff, because I know more these days about how channels grow. And so I feel better placed to try and grow my own channel, but it is still a difficult thing to do. So that's what I do. That's my job, Monday to Friday, and I really, really like it. I love going into the office and hanging out with the team and just coming up with cool ideas and like having fun experimenting with stuff and just making videos, trying to make money at the same time. It's just a really fun small business to be a part of. I'm going to make more videos in the future about what it is like working there and documenting that as well, because I feel like I've not done a good job of that and I want to do that. So I'm just going to try and make videos about like what it's like being in the office, and also what I've learned working there and all that kind of stuff. Let me know if you want to know anything in particular, just comment it and I will try and make a video about that at some point. So moving on to side hustle stuff, things that aren't my job basically. In the last few months, there have been some interesting developments. So I have returned to the world of consulting actually, and started doing some YouTube consulting. So basically, this is where you help people with their channels in various ways. Because I am in this position of being a YouTube producer, and my job literally being to grow a YouTube channel, that's my like one focus, is to grow Ali's YouTube channel. And we also have this part-time YouTuber course where we teach people how to do YouTube, and I'm very involved with that. And so I'm thinking a lot about YouTube and learning a lot about YouTube every single day. And it has put me in this position where I'm able to give advice on how to grow a YouTube channel, which is funny because I still have a very small YouTube channel myself, but it is very difficult to grow a YouTube channel. So there's no hiding from that. There's nothing embarrassing about having only 5,000 subscribers when you are a full-time YouTube producer yourself. But yeah, there are lots of different ways to grow channels. And I'm in this position where I'm able to like help people with their channels and I give advice. And I do a few hours of that a week, basically. So that's one of my side hustles, and it helps me pay for an editor for these YouTube videos. So that is kind of how I'm able to continue to make these and not have to edit them myself at the moment, which is very lucky. I'd really like to edit stuff myself if I had the time, but because having a full-time job and doing the like YouTube consulting and then trying to make videos, it just makes it very time pressing and time consuming. So it's a struggle to put it all together. And because I want to continue making videos, I have to have a video editor because I just don't have the time/energy to do it all. So that is the kind of like system there. I do the YouTube consulting, pays for the YouTube channel and that kind of thing. And hopefully over time, this will become more profitable. But I have very low expectations. So we can talk about the YouTube channel. I have very low expectations for the YouTube channel. I basically don't want it to be stressful for me because that's just not the point. I don't want stress in my life. I want to really enjoy the things I do. I want to challenge myself. I want to grow. I want to learn and all that kind of stuff. But I don't want the stress and putting pressure on yourself to grow something that is really difficult to grow, like a YouTube channel. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of like creativity, and it's very difficult to do it, especially when you have like a small channel and you don't have maybe like a really obvious opportunity or unfair advantage. Like in my case, there are lots of things that I could do, but it would require a bit too much effort, and I'm not really willing to make the sacrifice to, I don't know, do things in public or like do like way more interesting vlogs around London or spend loads and loads of time and money editing something to make it really, really high quality. I just kind of like this vibe where I just sit down and talk about stuff. So that's kind of my plan. I'm just going to continue doing it and see how it goes. So that's where the YouTube channel is at. I'm still trying to figure out like exactly what it is that I really want to make videos about. I've been like making videos for students recently, which I really like, but I also am considering the kind of quarter-life crisis thing, and whether that's just the broad like niche that I am going for, is just talking about this period of your life. And I should be making more content around the different elements of the quarter-life crisis, like decision making and like finding your purpose and like experimenting with different jobs and like finances in this period of your life, and maybe even relationships or health. Kind of don't really want to go into those areas, but like just thinking about the different content that I want to make and seeing where it takes me. But my one thing, again, which I had last year, is to just post a video a week. And so I have this system where on a Tuesday evening currently, I just sit down and record a video, and then my editor edits it, and I'm a few weeks ahead, so the videos that come out a bit later. It's low stress, low expectations, I'm having fun, and I'm just kind of keeping going. Which leads me onto some of my epiphanies that I've had recently. One of the biggest epiphanies is this idea around action. So I speak a lot on this channel about the importance of doing things and taking action and having a bias towards action, and not just thinking about things, but actually doing things, because that is really important. It's something that I've kind of realized like a few years ago, and when I made the shift of not just thinking about stuff, but actually doing stuff. It sounds really basic, but when you actually make that shift, your life becomes a lot better. But there's this other element, this other epiphany that I've had related to that recently. The reason action is so important is because you cannot steer a stationary ship. You cannot redirect yourself if you are not moving. So it's very, very hard to find out where you want to go in life if you're not moving. If you're not like trying things, if you're not experimenting, if you're not actually doing stuff, it's very difficult to direct yourself, to find your way, or to wayfind, to use a fun term, when you're not actually moving. So this is why I'm so bullish on action being like the default thing that people do, is because when you like have ideas about different things you might want to try or different things you might want to do, when you do them, then you learn. And when you learn, you can then like redirect. Over time, if you slowly, consistently do things and consistently redirect, you end up like finding your way a lot better. That's the problem of the quarter-life crisis, but that people have throughout their life, are kind of figuring out the things that they want to do, how they want to spend their time. And I try to take action as much as I can so that I can consistently kind of iterate on my direction and my life, and like try and make it something that I really enjoy and make it that really fulfills me and that kind of ticks as many boxes as possible. Yeah, that's kind of epiphany that I've had. You cannot steer a stationary ship. You cannot redirect if you are not moving. So that's one epiphany. Another epiphany that I've had is this idea of trying to like articulate what it is that I really care about and want to do in my life. And one thing that I really like is a sentence that I've come up with, which is helping people be who they want to be. And I really like it because I think a lot about like people who help me be who I want to be. And I love surrounding myself with people who help me be the person that I want to be and like build me up and encourage me and support me. And I love that vibe and I love that energy. And people who have that energy where they just want you to do the things that you want to do and to be the person that you want to be is really awesome. And I think that is like one of my deeper missions or whatever for the channel, for my life, is to surround myself with people who help me be who I want to be, but also to be that person for other people, to help people be who they want to be. I just think it's such a nice phrase, such a nice way of like summarizing life. And I think it's one of the greatest gifts you can give to someone is to help them be who they want to be, to help them figure out who they want to be, and then to actually help them be that person. And I think it's really, really difficult to do, because sometimes you might think you want to be a different type of person than you actually want to be. You might think you want to be like famous, but you don't actually want to be that. You might think you want to be rich, but you don't realize all the problems that comes with it. I think the way to think about it is less about the outcomes and the achievements that you want to have in your life, but more like the qualities and the traits that you want to have yourself or that you want other people to have. So I like having people in my life who make me more energetic, who make me more action biased, who make me more curious, who make me more intelligent and things like that. Rather than thinking about it like I want people in my life who help me be rich or who help me be successful or who help me be like more high status. I just think it's more about like qualities and traits and stuff. And I just really like it. And it's just an epiphany that I had this week and I wrote it down. I want to help people be who they want to be and I want people to help me be who I want to be. And I think it's just a nice thing that maybe will stick in your head. The final epiphany, which is less of an epiphany, something more I've just been thinking about a lot recently, is this idea of type of problems that you have and trying to label all of the problems that I have in my life as good problems to have. So sometimes I have stress, I have problems, and I'm like thinking about my job, or I'm thinking about my YouTube channel, or I'm thinking about my friends or my family. And by and large, pretty much every single problem that I have can be categorized as a good problem to have. And when I say that, I mean it's a good problem to have because I'm in a fortunate position, in a privileged position, where I'm lucky enough to have that problem. I have the problem of like too many career options, or like have the problem of like which event to go to in my life, or have the problem of like which gym to go to, or kind of like what to spend my money on and all that kind of stuff. They're all just good problems to have. They're all just really lucky problems to have. And whenever I get too stressed, or whenever I think about something too much, I just think this is a really nice problem to have. Sometimes maybe you might have like two events that conflict on the same day, or maybe you have like two friends who you want to see on the same day. And it's really easy to think, oh, I wish I could just do both things. But when you zoom out, you're just like, that is an amazing problem to have two friends that I like want to see at the same time and I have to pick one of them. That's a great problem to have. And I think we should like recognize that more. I should recognize that more, which is something that I have been thinking about a lot recently. So those are some updates on my job, my side hustles, and some random epiphanies that I've had. What next for me in my life? I'm just going to continue doing all the things I'm doing, basically. I'm really enjoying like where things are right now. I love my job. I love the YouTube consulting stuff that I'm doing. I love the channel, basically, my YouTube channel. I like just making videos. I sit down here on a Tuesday evening, record some stuff, share some ideas. I actually really like this vibe as opposed to the other videos that I've made where it's a bit more like serious and stuff. Well, it's not serious, it's just more like didactic and more directly educational, whereas this is a bit more chill and chatty and it's easier for me. Yeah, maybe I should just only do these. Let me know if you think this is better. But yeah, the quarter life crisis continues. I don't know where I will be in like a year's time or 2 years time. It's hard to tell, but life is fun and full of opportunities and stuff. And I'm just trying to like find my way, keep doing things that I enjoy, and keep learning stuff and keep developing skills, because skills are the things that protect you against the economy and against like, you know, not having a job and not being able to earn money and all that kind of thing. So when you have like financial confidence, is this like an interesting idea that I've heard about recently, rather than like financial security where you actually have enough money, it's more like financial confidence where you know you can earn more. So that's something I'm trying to build, is like having the skills to earn money in my life. But otherwise, things are good and I hope you're doing really well. Thanks for tuning in to watch the video. If you're interested in watching another one of my past quarter life crisis videos, click here. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.